What's cracking, everybody? Welcome to Boo TV. While you're here, do me a big favor and like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you stay notified whenever we upload a new video. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you for watching. Thanks for the support, and let's get into the topic for today. Genki desu ka? Genki desu ka? As you can see on the screen here, I have the minutes played for each player: Yuta Watanabe, TJ Warren, and Kevin Durant. All right. In the last game that they just played, the Pelicans, Yuta Watanabe had 9 points, took one 3-point attempt, made it for 3 points for the game. The game before that, Yuta Watanabe only played 6 minutes. And the game before that, Yuta Watanabe only played 12 minutes. But before those 3 games, Yuta Watanabe was 19 minutes or more for an extended period of time after his minutes got back up from his return from his injury. Now, once TJ Warren returned back into the lineup weeks ago, I initially said, I don't know how this is going to affect Yuta Watanabe's minutes, given that TJ Warren is all around a better scorer than Yuta Watanabe. I wouldn't say he's a better shooter, but Yuta Watanabe but TJ Warren can shoot, and he can be a prolific scorer at times. But then I also said that Yuta Watanabe does a whole lot of other things, activity-wise, intangibles, things that don't show up in the box score necessarily, that TJ Warren cannot do on the level that Yuta Watanabe does it at. And while I had concerns initially that TJ Warren would be stealing minutes away from Yuta, I realized that that wasn't so much the case. Yuta Watanabe's minutes seemed pretty steady, along with TJ Warren's. And they were both contributing. One wasn't necessarily taking away from the other. But here recently, I am a bit concerned seeing that 9 minutes, 6 minutes, 12 minutes for Yuta Watanabe on the floor. Meanwhile, in those 3 games, TJ Warren has seen 24 minutes, 14 minutes, and 23 minutes. All right. Now, I don't think, while yes, the emergence of TJ Warren has taken away from Yuta Watanabe's minutes a little bit. I wouldn't say it's been overwhelming, but a little bit. But for the most part, I feel like Coach Jacques Vaughn has been finding a good balance between Yuta and between TJ Warren prior to these last 3 previous games. It's been a good collective balance between the two. But also, I think Jacques Vaughn is really playing minutes according to what he feels the team needs at the time, given their opponent, given the momentum of the game, given the trajectory of how he feels like the game is going to go. I think he's just kind of playing it by ear, seeing what the team needs at the time. But I also want to bring up this, because I think this has more to do with Yuta Watanabe's minutes being on the decline more than anything else, is Kevin Durant. In Kevin Durant's last 3 games, KD has played 38, 38, and 29 minutes, respectively. All right. You notice when Kevin Durant logs heavier minutes, 38 plus, 37, 38, and with TJ Warren being back, when Kevin Durant logs heavy minutes, and since TJ Warren has been back, those extra minutes that Kevin Durant is playing, I think more so takes away from when Yuta Watanabe would normally be on the court. Right, if TJ Warren wasn't there and Kevin Durant was logging the heavy high 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe, 40 plus minutes sometimes, I don't think it would affect Yuta Watanabe's numbers. But collectively, with Warren being back and Kevin Durant staying on the court a little bit longer because Coach Jacques Vaughn feels like it's necessary, I think that's when we really see Yuta Watanabe's numbers or minutes dip down a bit. Because normally, the last two games, 9 minutes for Utah, 38 minutes for KD. 6 minutes for Utah, 38 minutes for KD. Now Utah sees 12 minutes, twice as much as he did against the Chicago Bulls. 3 more minutes than against the Pelicans. But Kevin Durant only played 29 minutes that game, while TJ Warren's minutes more or less were steady with the exception of the Chicago Bulls game, which was a blowout. Okay? I think we have to take that into consideration for that game. But you got to think about this. Utah is now splitting minutes with TJ Warren, Joe Harris, and of course backup for Kevin Durant. And all of those guys can put the ball in the bucket, albeit some are scorers, some are shooters/scores. They all can get a little bit gritty on defense. And they all do special things. So Jacques Vaughn, I just feel like, is going to find out which player has the momentum for which game and which player is going to provide what the team needs in that moment. But more so than anything, when Kevin Durant does play those heavy minutes, you can expect to see Yuta Watanabe taking a step back minutes-wise for that particular game, especially if TJ Warren is active in play. Now, like I said, if TJ Warren was out, Utah, no problem. His minutes would probably be 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, whatever. But and my personal opinion, I don't think Kevin Durant should be logging these heavy minutes this late in his career. I don't think we should be seeing a whole lot of 38 minutes for Kevin Durant unless it goes into overtime. I'd like to see that be somewhere between 34, 35 minutes a game. Given his injury history, his age, how long he's been in the league, and you kind of want him primed and fresh, ready for playoff time, I would like to see those minutes go down and see Yuta Watanabe's minutes sit at a steady, 19 to 24 minutes a game. But I think, like I said, I'm repeating myself. I know I repeat myself a lot. Kevin Durant logging heavy minutes with an active TJ Warren is going to spell, normally, more times than not, and this is a small sample size, I understand. But what I've seen and what seems to be the trend is heavy minute KD along with active TJ Warren doesn't really bode well for Yuta Watanabe's minutes. And I feel like that would be the case versus most teams and most matchups. So, with that being said, I hope this doesn't become a trend both for Yuta Watanabe and for Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant doesn't need to be logging these heavy minutes. I have no problem with the Yuta Watanabe, TJ Warren, and to a lesser degree, Joe Harris balance there. It seems to have been working up until KD logs those heavy minutes. And then it significantly takes away from what seems to be Yuta Watanabe more than anybody else. So this is just something I've observed. And small sample size, but it's something that I have observed. And I think this could be the trend moving forward as long as Kevin Durant plays those heavy minutes. He will be directly taking away from Yuta Watanabe's time on the court. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about it. I've been on vacation the last 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks or so. I'd say about last 2 weeks. So I missed a lot of the games. So I haven't been able to watch them to get the full context. So I just have to go back and look at what was exactly happening, minutes-wise, breakdown, splits, things like that. And I know that doesn't tell the whole story. So if you have anything to add for context, please let me know. But this is only what I've been able to go off of because I haven't been able to watch the games. I've been on vacation. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, great New Year's. Appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Mite kureti arigato. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. We out, baby.